Welcome to tonight's Online Unfranchise Business Opportunity.
The power of Market America and the unfranchised system makes it possible for anyone to succeed who otherwise would not have had a way to do it.
We've created a solid foundation for which we'll continue to grow.
One of the most important things you can do is keep the business simple.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. We will continue to make the impossible possible. Groundbreaking products and delivery systems, incredible technological advancements.
Companies don't make people successful. People make companies successful.
There's something very special about this community. Yes, we're economically driven. Yes, we're entrepreneurs. Yes, we're in it to make money and to help others make money. But we also develop a community. Everybody in the world wishes they had what you have. You need to tell them about it.
Be the best version of you. It all starts with you.
Market America is an internet digital marketing and product brokerage company with a universal shopping cart. That is what we are.
Anything you could want, you can get from shop.com.
We are always, as a company, identifying and adapting to paradigm shifts in the world.
I knew that this was an organization that paid very close attention to detail and was committed to what they said they were going to do.
I am an ambassador for Market America because I believe in the model.
They will know Market America like they know Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
I am not paid to be here. I'm here because I believe in the mission of this company and I believe in all of you.
Be great. Be exceptional. Be extraordinary. Be authentic. Be disruptive.
There's a new economy that you're going to tap into.
Take advantage of it. The time is now.
So welcome. Again, my name is Jessica Velez Benito. And for those of you who don't know me and you're wondering how I arrived here tonight in front of you on your Zoom screen, I'm going to share a little bit about my journey. So several years ago, I was not looking for a business, an opportunity, a side hustle. I was looking to survive just to the next day. I had been diagnosed with several chronic medical conditions that left me unable to work the full-time job that I absolutely loved. And I will admit, back then and still kind of now, I was a workaholic. I got a lot of passion and purpose to the work that I did because I felt like indirectly as an HR lady, hiring quality individuals, I was creating a difference in the community that those people were serving. And so for me, when I lost the ability to work full time, I lost the passion and purpose in life. I had no idea what life had waiting for me, but I have a deep-rooted faith in God, and I knew that sickness was not going to be my story, and being broken wasn't going to last for forever. What I had no idea was that being invited to a cosmetics event was going to be the thing that changed my life in such immeasurable ways. So I am Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I am that one time a week blow dry girl. And so while back then I wasn't going to the salon one time a week, I'd go periodically to feel a sense of normalcy because at that time in my life, everything was anything but normal. And one day when I went to the salon, the owner invited me to an event she was hosting. She knew that I loved all things beauty, whether it was hair, makeup, handbags, shoes. I am that girl. And I said to her, listen, no offense, but if this is Mary Kay or Avon, that's not the kind of makeup that I like. And it's a struggle to get here every once in a while, much less for this brand of cosmetics I had never heard of. And she knew me. She knew that I was a type 8 personality, the person that dots the I's and crosses the T's and super skeptical about a lot of things. And so she was like, I don't know, look into it. And I'm going to urge you to do the same thing, except just not now while we're on Zoom. And when you do look into it, make sure you look into information that you could have from reputable sources that are credible information sources. And so I couldn't believe what I found when I did look into it. I found this presentation I'm going to share with you tonight. I found these videos called Power Profiles that were seemingly average individuals from all around the globe that said they started a part-time business and were able to create an above average lifestyle and income with it. And if this was true, I wanted to meet them and I definitely wanted to know more. And the thing that hit home for me that became the no-brainer of whether or not I was going to this cosmetics event was something I had never heard of before. And we're going to talk a lot about it tonight. Something called the shopping annuity, a way for people to turn their spent money into made money, to take the things that they already use to buy. Because even if we don't like to shop, All of us buy toilet paper, garbage bags, toothpaste, shampoo, deodorant. And the idea that I could turn those daily living expenses into an asset got me to that Motives Cosmetics event. I got all of my questions answered, and I'm going to urge you all to do the same thing. Schedule a follow-up appointment with the person who invited you here tonight to do just that. Get the questions that you're surely going to have after you see this presentation answered. When I started my business, I could have never imagined the things that were going to happen in my life. As a result of starting the business I wasn't looking for. I say by accident because I honestly didn't know what I was doing the first year of my business. But I followed the proven business plan and I had a great business coach, and I was able to create significant 5-figure retail profit. That was immediate money in the bank that my family so desperately needed. Because, yeah, while I lost my passion and purpose in life, my husband was more concerned that I lost my full-time paycheck. And so the fact that I had a way to earn income in my terms in my time was a blessing for me and continues to be. The second thing that's happened, I say I have met incredible human beings from all around the globe, and we've locked arms. We're on this entrepreneurial roller coaster ride to success together. And probably the most profound thing that happened, I honestly don't know if I even prayed enough for. And that was thanks to the company's nutraceuticals. That's right, vitamins, specifically Isotonix, which are powder vitamins mixed with room temperature water consumed on an empty stomach, give you about 90% bioavailability. They're science-based patented formulations that gave me back a quality of life that I told you I'd never thought I'd see again. I'm not cured from any of the things that I've been diagnosed with, but thanks to the unique delivery system of Isotonix, I sit here in front of you tonight feeling and looking better than I ever have. And I got my passion and purpose back. I know what I'm here to do, and that's to help people. Much like the person who invited you here tonight, we have a common goal to help people feel better, look better, and create long-term generational wealth with a side hustle known as the unfranchised. And although you are evaluating a non-traditional business, there are always 4 things you should consider when you're considering business. 1, the company. 2, the products and services they offer. 3, the tools and resources to set you up for success as an entrepreneur. And if you're evaluating tonight's business, probably the number 1 thing you want to know, how do you make the money? How many ways and how fast can you create income with the unfranchised business? And tonight's presentation is going to go over all 4 of those areas. I'm going to urge you to take in the information I'm about to share with you tonight with business sense, but equally as important, with common sense. The company was founded by J.R. and Lauren Ridinger. J.R. was a true revolutionary thought leader, a visionary, a genius ahead of his time. He had this idea in 1984 that people would be buying their everyday needs from the comforts of their home computer. Well, rewind, 1984, none of us had home computers, much less were shopping on them. Fast forward to the 90s, where the technology actually catches up to JR's genius and the unfranchised business is born. In August of 2022, JR's untimely death was a true heartbreak, not just for unfranchised owners, but for entrepreneurs all around the globe. He created a meaningful impact on the world to show the world what the power of people had, what people could collectively do together when working towards a common goal. We're now being led to the success that awaits us by his powerhouse wife, Lauren. Lauren is a author, New York Times bestselling winning author, but more importantly, she's keeping JR's legacy alive, helping us as unfranchised owners by developing and creating with her incredible corporate team, new technologies, new products for us to create income with the unfranchised business. And everyone you see here, these are the great innovative minds behind our company. And yes, they're the corporate team, but more important, if you ask me, they're also unfranchised owners, just like me and the person who invited you here tonight. So our success is their success. And I have the honor and privilege of saying that I work with the iconic rapper himself, Fat Joe, Joseph Cartagena from the Bronx. And we have a mission, and the mission is to show people that there is a way to work smarter and not harder, a way for an average person to be able to create significant, meaningful impact income, to be part of a successful, uplifting, inspiring, and empowering community, and most important, as an average person, be able to create a long-term wealth asset with the unfranchised business. Build your side hustle to 5, 6, 7 or more figures, and it is a willable asset. So to set the tone for the evening, I'm going to assume you guys could read the slides on your own. My job tonight is to share how the information you're reading has not only impacted my life, but has impacted the lives of tens of thousands of people all around the globe. So yeah, we've been around for 33 years, and we started, like many other companies, in the garage of a home. And actually, the home was rented at the time by JR and Lauren. And now, fast forward 33 years later, we have a beautiful campus in Greensboro, North Carolina that houses our corporate team, but houses our inventory, has our warehouse, does all the shipping and all the heavy lifting for us as business owners. We're an award-winning company. What I love about us is that we have a house of brands, over 40 exclusive brands to us where you can't buy them anywhere else. I say the foundation of our house, so to speak, are Isotonix, the world's most advanced nutraceuticals, the vitamins I mentioned to you earlier that gave me back the quality of life I'd never thought I'd see again. And while all of this is incredibly impressive, the one thing that stood out to me the most, and that was important for me when I was evaluating the business, was that if I was going to use products and start a business, albeit a small risk and small investment, but more important, if I was going to offer people an opportunity and sell people products, I wanted to be sure the company's morals and ethics aligned with mine, that I could feel good about what I was doing. And when I realized that the Better Business Bureau had given Market America Shop.com an A+ rating, I knew I was at the right place at the right time with the right company. And the truth is, a lot of companies have an A+ rating, but what a lot of companies do not have is the Torch Award. It's the most prestigious award that the Better Business Bureau gives out every 5 years to a company for essentially doing business the right way, even when no one is looking. And so we are proud to say we are the only company that has received it for the last 3 consecutive 5-year terms from the Better Business Bureau. And perhaps you're like me, or were like me, and you've never heard of MarketAmericaShop.com the way I had never heard of it before. Well, the simplest way to describe who we are, and you're probably going to not realize, like, how is she saying you're a technology company? Don't you sell products? Yes, but the heart and core of our business is a unique technology. It's a technology that we patent, that we created, JR, the genius that he was. And so, yes, while there are other digital marketing, e-commerce, online business opportunities, none of them have the technology that we created that tracks the digital footprint of every single person that shops at any one of our sites and credits it back 100% to the business owner in which it originated. As a result, we offer people with entrepreneurial spirits a 360 turnkey system, e-commerce business in a box, ready to set you up for success. And I have to say, of the presentation tonight, this is going to be my favorite slide. And you're probably wondering why. Because this was the thing that made the most sense to me. This was the thing that kind of locks in that concept of the shopping annuity. What do I mean by that? If you can envision when you establish your business partnership with Market America Shop.com, you receive a 2-story virtual mall without walls. Now, in order for the shopping annuity to be real, you have to have a mindset shift. Essentially, be willing and wanting to buy for yourself from yourself. To realize that if you're loyal to your brand and your business, you can make your money work for you instead of you work so hard for your money. And so the first floor of the virtual mall without walls has our 40 exclusive brands. We actually have access to 13 billion with a B dollar industries that could be companies and businesses in and of themselves. And so we don't rely on any one product or any one industry. As a result, it allows us the ability to move with the marketplace. So like every other product broker, we don't manufacture anything. And we all shop at product brokerages already, Walmart, Target, God forbid you shop at Amazon, I won't tell, but those are all product brokers. They sell everything, but they don't make anything. As a result, if something's no longer selling, they remove it from the virtual shelf and they replace it with the next hottest thing in the market. And we do exactly the same. Now, the second floor of the virtual mall without walls has over 3,000 affiliate stores that pay our customers cash back just to shop online. It's the incentive that would make somebody want to shop in your virtual mall without walls. I bet every single person here shops online. And if I had to guess, some of the stores that you shop at are affiliate stores that are paying our customers cash back, but more important, paying our business owners points towards their commission. Type in the chat for me some stores that you like to shop at. And what are the stores that I'm talking about? These are all stores that we absolutely know. Stores like Old Navy, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, the Container Store. Yes. HSN, QVC. Yes. Michael's. I also love a great deal. So if I don't have to pay full price for nice things, I'm all in it. So Saks off Fifth, Nordstrom Rack, all of the Kohl's. Yes, you get Kohl's cash. And it's absolutely free to register as a customer to get that free cash back. And I've never met anyone that says, no, I don't want free cash. And they get to benefit from your business. This is our house of brands. Our exclusive products that you can only purchase from unfranchised owners. And what do I mean by that? Isotonix, the world's most advanced nutraceuticals. You can't buy it at GNC or the Vitamin Shop or your local drugstore. You can only buy it from an unfranchised owner. Motives Cosmetics, you can't get at Ulta or Sephora. These are high quality, cutting edge products that are in demand in the marketplace. What I absolutely love is that we have the highest standard quality control in the industry, both internal and external measures to assure that the product is received as intended. As an unfranchised owner, I'm positioned for success to take advantage in a good way of all the things that are naturally happening in the economy. I don't turn the news on these days because I don't want to hear about all the craziness that's happening in the world. As an unfranchised owner, I'm positioned to be able to create my own economy, collectively working with like-minded individuals that are willing and wanting to do the same thing. The unfranchised business gives us an opportunity to create that immediate cash in the bank, that money that most people desire, but don't know how they're going to create without getting another job. You would agree that the way the world has changed, I'm going to say in the past decade, has changed. People used to go to brick and mortar stores and malls. Not anymore. The ones near me are like ghost towns these days. Some of our favorite stores have closed their doors. Type in the chat for me a store that you used to like to shop at that's no longer around. Who would have ever thought the world's most iconic toy store, Toys R Us, would ever close their doors? But they did. And why is that? Because the way the world has shopped has changed over the years. What used to be a trend has now really become the new norm of online shopping. The ease, convenience, and savings of online shopping has changed the face of shopping for the world. Kmart, Sears, these were all seemingly popular stores, but the way people changed how they shopped was not just that they started shopping online, but they started relying on what other people think to influence how they shop online. If you're anything like me, before you add to cart for anything, whether it's technology or clothes or shoes, you scroll down to look at reviews, to see the stars, to see the comments that people left. And big box retailers realize the importance of a review because it influences how people are going to spend their dollars. It's a form of one-to-one marketing. If you see a good review, the likelihood is you're going to make that purchase. If you see a bad review, the likelihood is you're going to go skip on to the next thing. And so every time we leave a review, read a review, that one-to-one marketing that has now become the essence of how many big box retailers sell, they've redirected their advertising and marketing dollars. And they've redirected them to companies such as ours. It's how we pay our free cash back program. It's how we're able to influence how people spend their dollars by sharing the things I like and love, whether it's the red lipstick that I'm wearing today by Motives Cosmetics, or whether it's a local restaurant that paid me to eat locally, or if it's a department store online that's through my shop.com that had a great deal. I say 2020 is going down in the history books for a lot of things, but one of those things is the year that most people realized a 9-to-5 job was no longer as secure as it once was. You can't have all of your eggs in that one basket. In order to secure your finances, you need to secure how you create them. And it was the year where people turned their passions into profits, their crafts into Etsy stores. It's when the year people started either in addition to or in lieu of their jobs, driving for services like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. They even did groceries like with Instacart. And that's when I say the gig economy was born. And I'm not going to knock any of those side hustles. They are all good side hustles. Why is that? Because they all do the same thing that everyone wants. It allows you to earn income in your terms and your time. You determine when you work and how much you get paid. The difference is, with all of those side hustles, as good as they are, all of the income that you generated in 2024 is not going to follow you in 2025. If you want that income all over again, you have to hustle just as hard now in this new year. I'm going to show you how with the unfranchised business, you could do what I say, hustle with heart for a few years, and the income will follow you for generations to come. We're like a franchise, and why is that important? Because no one's ever been to an unsuccessful McDonald's, Starbucks, or Chick-fil-A. That's just unheard of. And part of why they're so successful is because they're standardized and systemized, just like us. No matter where on the globe you go and you order a Big Mac, that secret sauce is exactly the same. And guess what? No matter where on the globe you build an unfranchised business, it's done exactly the same way. And I was not born an unfranchised owner the way you were not born an unfranchised owner. And in order for me to have a professional income, I need education. I need training. I need to know that I can feel qualified to not only speak about product, but to speak about business. And the company provides all of that to me as an unfranchised owner. I don't have to be a graphic designer or a digital marketer. Literally, from the first day you establish your business partnership, the company provides all of those things for you. That's that business in a box concept. And we have market-driven products that allow us to sell smarter and not harder. And I know I said the dreaded S word. So many people say, well, I don't like to sell. And I say, guess what? Neither do I. But I love to love on people, in case you haven't gotten that from my vibe yet. And I love to offer value and offer a solution to people. And that's how I think of selling. I never sell anything to anyone that they don't need, want, or desire, or is going to be helpful to them. It's a lifestyle business. The difference is I get to sell smarter and not harder because I don't need inventory, I don't need a warehouse, and I don't need to drop ship. The company does all of that for me as a business owner. And if you look online right now and you ask ChatGPT or Google, what are hot side hustle industries? You will see affiliate marketing, drop shipping, e-commerce. Well, we have all that and then some with the unfranchised business. But unlike a franchise, you don't need a brick and mortar in order to start your business. You don't need to worry about somebody coming to take your profit before you deposit it in the bank. It costs less than the price of a cell phone for you to establish your six-figure opportunity. You have that ability to make today money. That's immediate cash flow with all of our exclusive products. You have work from anywhere tax advantages. You don't have to have a garage or a room full of products that you're going to get stuck with. And what I love, and this is a unique concept in and of itself, is that we don't work in competition. We work in collaboration. And so as a result, you can be an unfranchised owner and the person across the street or down the street could be an unfranchised owner. It's intended for you to do as a side hustle alongside your main source of income until one day, someday, you're making more money with your unfranchised business. And you could do what Fat Joe says, and that's fire your boss. And the truth is, you are evaluating a business. What's the risk versus the reward? Well, the risk is less than the price of a cell phone, a small investment to have a six-figure opportunity, a six-figure willable asset. Over $12 billion in sales and profits. And more than 60% of it, 6.2 billion, has been paid out to unfranchised owners. I don't know of any other company that pays 60% of their profits back to their partnerships. As a result, we're positioned for success with marketamericashop.com to get a piece of that billion-dollar industry pie. And when I saw this for the first time, the thing that stood out to me the most, that really was very inspirational, I say it was like a ray of hope. And that was that hundreds of average people from all around the globe started an unfranchised business and have created an excess of $1 million in commission. And I'm going to keep it real with you because that's who I am. That is not the average commission of the average unfranchised owner. But I know a lot of things in life, but the one thing I know for sure is that if I'm going to bet on anything, that bet is going to be on me. Because I know that my deep-rooted faith in God, my work ethic, my ability to follow a proven business plan, to have an empowering community and a great business coach, it is just a matter of time before I am one of those $1 million commission earners, and you could be too. All these people here that you see, these are those $1 million commission earners all around the globe, hundreds of them, different backgrounds, different ethnicities. But what I love the most is that as an unfranchised owner, I get to create community. I get to help people become a part of an empowering community where everyone is working collaboratively together towards a common goal. And the common goal is success. When one wins, we all win. You are in business for yourself, but never by yourself with the unfranchised business. And tonight, yes, we're going to talk a lot about the shopping annuity, but we're also going to talk a lot about leverage. What is it? Who has it? And why do you want it? And most important, how the unfranchised business can give it to you. Leverage is getting paid on other people's efforts. Leverage is the difference between the haves and the have-nots. And while most of us dream about becoming part of those haves and no longer being a part of the have-nots, the truth of the matter is every one of us trades time for money. We have a job that when we go to work, we get a paycheck. Maybe some of us own businesses. The truth of the matter is when you own a traditional business, it's like you have an expensive job. You can never really walk away from it. And the other part is, yeah, if what happens to me happens to you, you can no longer go to work and the paycheck stops. The bills don't. And I didn't have a 6-figure, not even a 5-figure savings account to come to the rescue. I panicked. I had no idea what was going to help me get from here to there. And I had no idea what was going to help me create leverage. Little did I know that the unfranchised business was going to be that thing. The 5% of the world, they all have leverage, but they all have one thing in common. They are all business owners and investors. And a majority of them, they inherited wealth or a successful business. But then you have what I call the extraordinaries, like the Steve Jobs who invented iPhone and Apple, or the Beyoncés, the Oprah Winfreys, the Michael Jordans of the world. And while I consider myself pretty darn extraordinary, I have no life-changing invention in my back pocket. I cannot sing to save my life. There are no athletic bones in this body. And I told you, I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx. There is no inherited business coming my way. But guess what? As an unfranchised owner, I now get to have leverage and become that generational wealth maker for my future family with the 2 to 3 year plan, a way for you to bridge the gap of where you are to where you want to be. You know, I've never met anyone that says, no, I don't want any more money. And whatever the reason is, there is no wrong reason, but the question becomes the same for everybody. What are you doing different today to be able to have more tomorrow? And so while there are many things that people can do, the unfranchised business is the most realistic, smallest investment with the largest return possible based on not only your efforts, but the efforts of the community that you work with collaboratively together. So whatever the reason is that you want more, we can be that reason. If you had a choice, 45 years of trading time for money, where you're working for somebody else's success, financial future, and long-term income, or the 2 to 3 year plan where you take a risk, not a risk on a business, but a risk on yourself, that you have what it takes to have a mindset shift, to be able to be willing and wanting to buy for yourself, from yourself, to be able to realize that when you're loyal to your brand and your business, you can make your money work for you instead of you work for your money. Type in the chat for me which you would choose if you had a choice. And some of you may be wondering, well, what if I don't have 8 to 15 hours? Can this still work for me? Absolutely, it can. The truth of the matter is, if you have 4 to 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, whatever it is, when you speak to the person who invited you here during your follow-up meeting, they'll help you identify how to make the most of those hours so that they can result in profits and growth and a scalable business. Absolutely, the 2 to 3 year plan, that just makes sense. And so now we're going to talk about money. So there's going to be a disclaimer. So if you treat this like a business, it will pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to cost you money because hobbies cost money. And the one thing I can guarantee with 100% certainty is that if you do nothing, it will pay you nothing because it is a real business. While you do have the opportunity to position yourself to have leverage and to work smarter and not harder, it does require consistency, it requires work, and it requires persistency and loyalty to your dreams and your willingness to do what's necessary to achieve them. So now, 5 steps to building an franchise: apply, create, qualify, activate. And in my opinion, the most important is step number 5, because this is what locks in that long-term generational wealth. And when you're able to do this well, you will never have to worry about income ever again. And there's 2 ways to apply. One is free and it does not give you leverage. If you're evaluating tonight's business, it's because you want to create long-term generational wealth. The way to do that is to establish your business as an unfranchised owner for a one-time subscription fee of $149.95. And so you may be saying, well, what do I get for that $149? You get the ability to earn what I call today money. That's the first type of money that we're going to talk about of income potential. Why do I call it today money? Because it is literally instant. You have access to all of our exclusive products and services at what we call unfranchised cost, and you get to sell them from any one of your websites for the suggested retail price. And the difference is your profit, your today money in the bank. And don't sleep on that. That is the significant 5 figures that I created that first year of my business. You could sell anything and get that instant profit. It's 9:07 p.m. You share your website with somebody at 9:08 p.m. They check out from your website at 9:10 p.m. And even before the product is shipped from the warehouse, you get an email that says, cha-ching, you got cash. It is your retail profit in your digital wallet. That's how instant it is. And because you weren't born an unfranchised owner, the way I wasn't born an unfranchised owner, the company has that meeting and training seminar system I mentioned earlier. But what this also allows me to do is to have expansion in my business. I'm not just limited to partnerships or customers in the New York area that I live in. Anywhere around the globe that we have a meeting and training seminar system accessible to us, we can have business partnerships and we could have customers learn about our products and services. And we drop ship to 190 countries directly. You get your own virtual mall without walls. Then you also get, for each of the major house of brands, you get additional websites. And so Luis here, who is with his wife in the Dominican Republic, Luis is a business owner. And while Luis is a great guy, I don't know if I trust him to talk to me about makeup. And so guess what? Luis gets to sell everything without knowing anything because the websites have all the things necessary to help close the sale. So if Luis is here in New Jersey talking to somebody about cosmetics, maybe they're a salon owner or a beauty professional, and he shares his Motives Cosmetics website, it gives them access to tools like a quiz. What's the perfect match? What is the right shade of lipstick for me? What's the right skincare? He doesn't need to know the answers to those questions because all the things that a customer would need are on the website, but he gets to make the money. And so whether it's weight management, whether it's vitamins, all of that is ready to help you close the sale without having the know-how. One of the things, you're going to hear me say one of the things, there's so many things I love about being an unfranchised owner. Again, that business I didn't look for or know I needed. And I realized that not many businesses position you to be able to learn and earn. Most businesses, even jobs, you have to have the skill set before you get hired, right? In order to make money, you have to know how to make the money. Well, here at the Unfranchise, you get to learn and earn because it's not just your efforts, but the community's efforts helping you achieve success. And so you also get the Unfranchised Marketing app where your phone is, your business is. These 3 things here alone are millions of dollars worth of technology and know-how that you do not have to have either of. You are winning. You have excess value for your $149, even if we stopped here, but we're going to keep going. And so you get the unfranchise.com. It's like your bookkeeper, secretary, does all the heavy lifting that no business owner wants to do, but has to do. And most important, you get to participate in that long-term generational wealth. That's the commission. You can earn up to $3,600 per week per virtual store. You can have up to 999 virtual stores for almost unlimited income potential. So you got all of this for $149 plus this. I call it the bag of goodies. I'm not going to go over all of it. You can connect with the person who invited you here, but I'm going to go over 3 things. One is the VIF digital wallet. As a business owner, that's where your retail profit, that instant cash goes. And as a customer, that's where the cash back goes. Now, it works like every other digital wallet everyone is used to using, like Venmo and Cash App. When you have money in the account, you just transfer it to your bank. Your VIF wallet works exactly the same. Then you get the Getting Started guide. It's like the blueprint to your success. The ways, the GPS that shows you the way how to achieve your long-term goals, whether It's what you need to do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. It breaks it down for you to know the action that you need to take. And when you achieve those goals, guess what? You go back to the getting started guide and you set some bigger ones, some new ones. It's the proven business plan that we all follow. When you establish business as an unfranchised owner, you get something that I consider pretty priceless: a business coach, a mentor to help guide you along the way. And my girl Samara over here, she knows the importance of a business coach, because your success, yes, is yours. But when you have somebody to help guide you along the way and say, yeah, no, that's not how we do it, this is the proven business plan that we follow, you realize that your success is the community's success. So now we spoke about the first way we created income. That was today money. The second way we create income, I call it tomorrow money, because it generally doesn't happen the first day you establish your business. It's commission. And we actually earn two separate but equal commissions. The first commission we're going to talk about is called BV, business volume. All of our exclusive brands, products, and services have a point value that's attached to them. So whenever we buy them for our personal use or we sell them to a customer, we receive those business volume points towards our commission. And now I'm going to ask you, like, who do you know and what do you use? And I'm not going to go over all of it because we got thousands of things, but just some common things. And you're going to be asking, like, why is she asking me this? She knows the answer is yes. Well, the reason I'm asking you is, one, to help guide the follow-up conversation with the person who invited you here tonight. But most important, I want you to realize that you're doing and buying the same things that I do and buy, except you're not creating income from it. And so as an unfranchised owner, we're positioned to convert our spending into earning. So who do you know that buys health and wellness products, whether it's a multivitamin, an antioxidant, an immune booster, a vitamin C, an activated B, a magnesium, vitamin D? Who do you know that uses those products? Who do you know that's a GNC or Vitamin Shop junkie? That'll be your best customer. Who do you know that wants to lose a few pounds or keep a few pounds off, or is a personal trainer or a coach or an athlete that uses these types of products like high quality protein shakes or a carb inhibitor or a fat burner? Our newest product launch, which I'm going to take a second to shout out, because I myself was inspired by all the social media posts that I saw about this new product. I've had it since the end of February, and it was collecting dust in my kitchen counter, I will admit. And then I saw in the last 2 weeks so many inspirational posts of people's results. I keep saying I need to lose 30 pounds, and I'm not doing anything to try and lose them. I started this new product. It's called Go Trim Slim. It helps support your body's natural production of GLP-1. GLP-1, everyone on the planet knows what that is these days. The Ozempic, Wegovy, and all those other injectables that have so many horrible side effects. And so I was never a candidate to take those because of my health issues. So I started this product on Saturday, and it's just 2 pills a day in the morning with my breakfast. I've been weighing myself every day from Saturday to today. When I could not believe it, I lost 4 pounds since Saturday. I'm like, what happened? But in all seriousness, we have high quality products that are in demand that people are using. We have a healthy version of a skinny tea. We have shampoo, we have bath soap, we have body lotion. Who do you know that uses those products? We have age management, whether it's longevity, cognitive health, sleep support, vision support, heart health. We have that and then some. We have incredible products for babies and children, whether it's Isotonix for babies or omega fish oil for babies. My friend Jessie, I don't know if she's on here, she says no more fishy burps for her. As an adult, she's even taking the children's omega because it's liquid and it tastes delicious. And so who do you know that uses products like that? But we have baby wash and diaper cream and all those things people use for their children. We have an incredible line of jewelry called Layered for people who want to look like $1 million but don't want to spend $1 million. We have, yes, an award-winning prestige brand of cosmetics, but custom blend is what sets us apart in Motives. Who do you know that's a beauty professional of any kind, an esthetician, owns a med spa? We have incredible skincare lines, over 5 different skincare products that could address anything under the planet, whether it's anti-aging, reducing wrinkles, those full face masks, those under eye gels. We have hyaluronic acid, niacinamide products. We have all that and then some. We have pet products, car products. Every person on this Zoom, I guarantee, uses cleaning products because we all clean our house, and we have superior ones. And then we have two services, internet services and financial services, that are game changers when it comes to today money now. They have significant retail profit, anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s. You could ask the person who invited you here about them, but who do you know that's in the world of technology or finances, a mortgage broker, an agent, a vlogger, a blogger, an affiliate marketer? Who do you know that you can enhance a service that they're currently offering with any one of our exclusive products? Who do you know that you could be a blessing to? And this is just a small video of some of our. And so what makes Isotonix different? This video is going to show you what.
Stop swallowing pills that go nowhere. Meet Isotonix, superior vitamins that millions have trusted for 30 years as the best on the market. Unlike most supplements, Isotonix works with your body's natural hydration process for maximum results with an isotonic formula. That means you're not just taking these vitamins, you're absorbing them. Get 95% bioavailability, up to 8 times faster than typical capsules. These are the science-backed ingredients with fast-acting results your body deserves. Simply mix the powder with the recommended amount of water, drink, and go. It's that easy. No binders, no coatings, no junk. Just high-quality nutrients delivering results you'll feel. If you're tired of wasting money and time on pills, then drink to your health with Isotonix.
Maybe you've never heard of H2 tabs and you don't know what hydrogen, molecular hydrogen water is about? Well, here we go.
The ultimate Isotonix protocol is on-the-go science-backed revitalization that fuels your day, anywhere, anytime. Forge a powerful synergy with 2 groundbreaking products, carefully perfected with years of development. From busy moms to CEOs, students to athletes, this is the protocol for everyone who wants to conquer their day with leveled up energy and a fortified mind and body, while also combating signs of aging for lasting vitality. International bestseller Isotonix Daily Essentials delivers 100% of your vital nutrients faster than a typical pill. H2 tab floods your cells with nanobubbles of molecular hydrogen, an antioxidant that goes deep into tissue, targeting free radicals. Simply mix 1 Daily Essentials packet into 8 ounces of water, drop in 1 H2 tab, let it dissolve, and drink immediately to supercharge your Daily Essentials. Harness science, improve your life, and live without limits with the ultimate Isotonix protocol.
Now, that separate but equal commission check is IBV for all of the second floor of the virtual mall shopping that we all do. Each of the stores has a unique point system assigned to them that earns us points towards our long-term commission income. And so how do you create the BV and the IBV? Well, you're loyal to your brands and your business. You are your number one customer. If you owned a Starbucks, you would not go to Dunkin' Donuts. That just doesn't sound right. And so because of that, you're buying for yourself, from yourself. You realize instead of buying the Centrum vitamin you were buying before, you're now buying your Isotonix multivitamin. Instead of buying Tide or Gain laundry detergent, you're buying your own Snap laundry detergent. You realize that you have the ability. If you buy Tide or Gain, maybe you're getting a 4% return on investment on the dollar. But if you buy your own Snap laundry detergent, you're creating a 0% investment return on the dollar. I mean, which makes more sense? Which would you want, 50 or 4? Type it in the chat. 50% makes sense. It makes your money work for you. The truth of the matter is, ultimately, this is a lifestyle business. And so when you incorporate the exclusive products and the online shopping as a part of your everyday life and lifestyle, before you know it, people are asking you, how does your skin look so great? Why do you always have so much energy? You're talking about a good night's sleep. How do you get that? Or those energy bursts that you have when you're working like a long shift, double shift sometimes, or you're a student and you're working and staying up late at night. How do you do that? Well, you're sharing your products. You're sharing your things you like and love and that you're using as part of your daily lifestyle routine with other people. As a result, you're creating share of customer because the products work when they're given instructions on how to use them properly. You'll get referrals and reorders, and everyone wants free cash for shopping online. So they're shopping on your shop.com, and you're shopping on your shop.com to get all the things that we don't sell exclusively, like shoes or electronics. You're buying them for yourself, from yourself. And we have a white label just the way every other big box retailer does. Costco has Kirkland, Target has Up and Up, Walmart has great value. We have the shopping annuity brand, and that's like flushable, all consumable products like flushable wipes, hand soap, toothpaste, and a bunch of other things we all use all the time. And people want to try before they buy. And so the company says, well, why don't we put some of our fast acting favorite products in like trial size so people could try them. And then when you send the trial size through your marketing app, the marketing app educates the customer, sends them video, how to use the product, what the product's about. It even sends you a reminder saying, all right, close that trial size into a full size order, and you'll get your cha-ching in your digital wallet saying you got cash. So that's how you create the BV and the IBV. If you were going to open a shoe store, you'd need shoes. Here we get paid on business volume. So you need 200 BV to open your virtual business stores. You can actually complete steps 1, 2, and 3 with the one-time Fast Start Kit of $449.95 plus tax. It includes that subscription fee we spoke about earlier, but it has 300 business volume points that sets you up for success from the first day you establish your business. You are already ahead of the game. It doesn't matter which Fast Start you select to start your business. You have access to all of the exclusive products and services for both personal use and sale. Now, this is the slide where we're going to talk about leverage. This is where leverage starts to become real for you. We build 2 teams of people working collaboratively together. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. But before I show you what that looks like, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're not so that you can absorb the information of what we are with the true lens and see us for what we are. We are not multi-level marketing. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just not that. We are, I like to call it, a non-traditional network marketing business. We have 2 lines of business distribution that we create. 2 communities, 2 teams, 2 networks, 2 organizations, whatever the word is that you like, I like network. So we build 2 networks of people that are 100% financially connected to me and my business, and they would be 100% financially connected to you and your business. Now, we don't profit from people. So for example, I believe Charvis is here tonight because he was invited by Paula. Paula doesn't benefit from Charvis's partnership unless she helps Charvis make money. That's right. If Paula wants to make money, she has to help, and I'm talking about long-term money, not the today money, the tomorrow money. If Paula wants to make that long-term tomorrow money, she has to help Charvis. And if Charvis wants to make that long-term tomorrow money, Charvis has to be willing and wanting to help other people create that long-term wealth for themselves as well. It doesn't matter when you establish your business, because we all get paid on business volume. You actually have the ability to make more money than the person who invited you here tonight. That is a game changer. No levels, 100% financially connected and invested. You can make more money than the person who invited you here tonight, and the company pays from the bottom to the top. So the newest person on the team is the MVP. I say that because everyone is invested in his or her success. When that new person wins, the entire network wins with them. So because we don't profit from people, we're not just looking for anybody. We're looking for the right somebodies. We're looking for 2 people that have what I call the trifecta for success. They're hungry, coachable, and motivated. Hungry, they want more and they're willing to do more for it. Coachable, they don't think they know everything and they're willing to learn a little something. And motivated, they have a bigger reason why than just money. And I know we've been talking about money all night, but the truth of the matter is life happens. Life happens to us in the most unexpected, unpredictable ways. And when life gets hard, you will not walk away from your unfranchised business because you realize this is the vehicle to help you get out of hard. And why do I say that? Because at the end of the day, the thing that wealth gives you is freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want. Freedom to make the choices that you desire for you and your family. Freedom to have the money, even sometimes, to get out of hard for things like unexpected medical bills or when the boiler breaks and you're broke, right? That's what this gives you the ability to do. So you identify these 2 people, Mark and Kate, they have the trifecta for success. Now you're creating leverage because you are economically connecting household shopping dollars and customer sales of Mark and Kate to you and your business. And so because of that, you started to see and create leverage. You lock it in by teaching Mark and Kate how to do the same thing, how to identify partnerships that have the trifecta for success, how to economically connect household shopping dollars and customer sales to the network so that everyone can win together. Now, it's inevitable. We all have a limited circle of influence. And here, I'm actually going to use, I believe Yannick is here with us tonight. And Yannick is Keisha's guest. And so Keisha is the senior partner and Yannick is you. So Yannick, you know Mark and Kate, and you realized that you were able to help Mark and Kate make money. Why would you stop at just Mark and Kate? When you help more people make money, everyone makes more money together. So you meet Matt, he has the trifecta for success. You offer him the partnership opportunity. You place him on the bottom of the left, because remember, you can only place somebody on the bottom of the left or the bottom of the right. The 300 business volume points that Matt generates with his Fast Start Kit, everyone financially connected to Matt, all the way up to Keisha, gets that 300 BV in their virtual bank, even though they don't know Matt. And then you know Erica, she loves all things beauty. You offer her the opportunity to have an exclusive partnership with Motives Cosmetics. She starts her business at 300 BV. Everyone financially connected to you, Erica, in between and above, gets that 300 BV as if they started their business, but they didn't. And so now you're starting to see leverage. You're starting to see that 100% working for you. And it's about us working together as a team. And so Keisha realizes the best way she can help you, Yannick, is to help Dave. She places Dave on the bottom of the left. And you don't know Dave, Yannick, but maybe Dave lives near you. And he says to you, can you come with me to the coffee shop to talk to this person about business? And you say, yeah, when and where? I'll be there. Why? Because when Dave wins, even though you didn't personally know him, 100% of what he generates in his business, you receive in yours. So when you help Dave win, you win too. And so now the working smarter, not harder, everyone's financially connected, not just their household shopping dollars, but their customers. So everyone has 10 to 15 customers. You don't need hundreds of customers to be successful. Drew has a customer order. He keeps that today money. He doesn't share that part. But the BV that's associated with that customer sale, everyone financially connected to him gets as if it was their customer, but it's not. And now on the other side of your network, you actually have Mike. He buys products at unfranchised cost. No one goes to Mike's house and uses those vitamins except Mike, but everyone wins 100% of that business volume that's generated from that purchase. So Yannick, get this. This is really leverage. It's as if you went to work for a 7-hour workday. And at the end of the day, because you created a community of people working together collaboratively, one on your left and one on the right, at the end of the 7-hour day, instead of receiving a 7-hour check, you receive 2 70-hour checks because you just work smarter and not harder. If you see leverage, type it in the chat. We're wrapping up 5 minutes or less, I promise. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. But here we go. How commission is earned. And you're probably thinking to yourself, how is she going to go over the commission part in like 5 minutes or less? Isn't that the most important part? Yeah, it is. But I'm going to tell you this. If you do the 3 things that are required, and you teach the people in your team to do the same 3 things, you cannot stop the money or the BV, even if you wanted to. So what are the 3 things, right? Well, use and share products, expose and expand business partnerships, and invest in your personal and professional development and teach other people how to do the same. And everyone wins together. So everyone's doing this. The BV is flowing every single day. Your business bank is accumulating business volume from you and your 2 networks, and your commission is paid out weekly. When you go through the first pay cycle, you receive 300 BV on the left and 300 BV on the right. You get a $75 commission check. Now, the BV actually hangs out in your business banks for 365 days. So it's never if, but when you're going to make the money. And now you get 300 more, and it totals to 600 on the left and 600 on the right. You get another $75 commission check. Now you reach 1,200 on the left and 1,200 on the right. You get a $150 commission check. Remember, this is not just you. It's you and your network. Then you get to the next commission which is $2,400 on the left and $2,400 on the right, you get a $300 commission check. Get to $3,600 on the left and $3,600 on the right, another $300 commission check. And when you get to the maximum, which is $5,000 on the left and $5,000 on the right, you get a $600 commission check. It is math, not magic, that makes this work. And so the goal is to fill your virtual banks every single week with $5,000 on the left and $5,000 on the right for a combined commission of $1,500 per week per virtual business. When you reach that $5,000, it resets to zero so that you can earn the commission in the new week all over again. And the second floor of the virtual mall without walls, that IBV commission, works exactly the same way. It's search infinite levels, credited daily and paid out weekly. And when you reach the same thresholds in your virtual business banks, you get the same exact commission checks. And so now the real deal goal is to fill your virtual business banks every single week with 5,000 on the left and 5,000 on the right of BV and IBV for a combined commission of $3,000 per week per virtual business. And as your BV flows, your cash flows grows too. And it's not just you, it's your team and your network, and the BVs floating up and your commission checks are created faster. And being a mentor is important. And Market America says, thank you for leading your team to success. Whether it's someone you personally partnered with or someone who's in your network, when you and that person on the left and that person on the right reaches that 5,000 in the same week, you get a $600 thank you, a management bonus, creating $3,600 per week per commission per virtual business. Remember, 999 virtual businesses, unlimited income potential. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And now you're wondering, can this work for me? Well, I guarantee you this. The person who invited you here is saying, do you have the trifecta for success? Are you able to be loyal to your brand and your business? Will you buy for yourself from yourself? And will you do the 3 things necessary to achieve success? Use and share product, expand and expose business, and invest in your personal and professional development. If you said yes, congratulations. There's next steps. We don't recruit people, we qualify them because we don't benefit from people. We want to make sure that we're as much of a good fit for you as you are for us. And so schedule that follow-up appointment. If you haven't tried some products, get your hands on some. I promise you won't regret it. Take a 60-second quiz. I'm going to show you about it in a minute. And this business presentation is shown almost every single night of the week, in person, online. Check it out as many times as you need to. If you have a chance to see it in person, I'm going to urge you to go do that. I promise you, you won't regret it. You'll be in a room with the most positive, inspiring, and empowering human beings you've probably ever met. Most places in life, people want to see you do good, just not better than them, except here at the Unfranchise. And if you've seen this a couple times and all the bells and whistles have gone off, congratulations. You get to try before you buy your business. You could ask the person who invited you here tonight what that looks like and getting ready with this trial run. Optimal health could be within reach, but a lot of people don't know where to start. So if you take this 60-second quiz, your friend could send it to you. I promise it's 60 seconds. You could select some areas that you want to achieve optimal health and wellness, and it'll suggest some of our life-changing products. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Paula, my beautiful friend in Florida, who I can't wait to give a hug to when I'm over there. Paula, you've been an unfranchised owner for a while now. And what I love is that today, however many years later, you hustle with heart just as hard as if it were your first year in business. Could you share with everyone a little bit about your journey as an unfranchised owner and why you still show up every single day for your team, for the community, for your business?
I am happy to. And I am as excited about this business today as when I first saw it over 25 years ago. I was introduced to a business on a whiteboard that was an internet marketing company without a website. And I'm like, okay. So obviously I caught the vision. That's all there was. We didn't have anything. I'd never heard of anything like this. It just seemed like it could work. And I was in publishing. I had a great job, one of my dream jobs that I dreamt about having when I was in school. And I loved it. But I didn't want to work for somebody. I worked 70 hours and that was never enough for them. It's like, why didn't you do more at home? And so I just said, when I was introduced to this, I said, well, I can give up sleeping. I don't have, I'll find a few more hours. But nobody knew how to, really what to do. We had a system, but it was very new. I just followed every single thing JR said to do. There was something about that man and his vision, and I believed in corporate America. I told them all the time, there is something out there where you can help others achieve their goals and dreams, and you'll achieve yours. And this is the first and only thing I found that worked that way. I think I'm doing a disservice if I don't share it with everybody. I will tell you all with the products, we are going to a 90th birthday party for one of our customers on Sunday. Somebody asked me at a meeting, do your products work? I said, well, he's been using our products for 28 years. He still lives alone. He still drives. He's still crotchety. and, and he's doing great, and he's having a party, and he's writing a speech. So that should be good.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Listen, I've been saying this not only every week, but almost like every day to everyone that I meet that's new. I've been screaming loud and proud that I turned 50 in October. And most people say, oh, you don't look 50. I'm like, oh, thank you. I have access to the best vitamins, the best skincare. They give me energy. They make my skin look great. They're like, what do you have? And like the products have become my life and lifestyle, I will say. Not just the health benefit that I got from the chronic illnesses that used to struggle with, but really also optimal health and wellness now, and being able to have access to great things like skincare, having access to great vitamins that create cognitive health support and all of those things. So yeah. And I mean, I just love that you still show up, and you show up with a huge heart. And no one would know that you've been in business for so long because you hustled just as hard with heart as you did day one. So thank you so much, Paula, for sharing. I will hang out and answer any questions that any of the guests may have, but I'm going to wrap it up by sharing my favorite Muhammad Ali quote. Our service to others is the rent we pay for our room in heaven. What are you doing today to pay for that room? I believe more people than you realize, than you know, are looking for something, looking for a better way. And I truly believe that we have that, whether it's to help people feel better, look better, or create long-term wealth for themselves and their family. We have that and then some. And I'm going to say, if not this, then what? But whatever it is, go out into the world unapologetically you, with a big dream in your heart and a vision so scary and so big that only you and God could understand it, and go change the world for the better. And remember to create a community of empowering people that will not only want to see you win, but help you win and take someone to the top with you. So have a good night and God bless. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. If anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
I have a question. It's Samara Beth.
Yes.
It's a makeup question.
Sure.
So, and I've only been doing this for a few weeks, but my question is, how do I match the color? Because I only saw like 3 colors, unless I'm missing something.
So I will explain to you. So right now, the brand is going through a revamp. Right now, the beauty industry as a whole is going through a revamp in general. Sort of the trend now is more with less. So providing products that have multiple functions. So for example, we released a few months ago some like liquid blushes. And so the liquid blushes actually are not just limited to liquid blush. You could use them on your lip, you could use them on your eye. And so now we kind of removed, because we are a product brokerage, the things that we're not selling, and have been rolling out products that have either multi-use or products that are in demand in the cosmetic world.
Like the Oral-B,
yeah,
like it does the highlighting and the contour and the brush, and then you can use it here and here and here. Yeah, I'm with you. I got you.
Yeah. But Samara, if you want to, you have my email, and
I don't have your email, but I just stalked you on Instagram and Facebook. So now we're besties for the resties. And this is my boyfriend, Mark. He also has an unfranchised business.
I'm her assistant. I'm not.
Yeah, he kind of is like my assistant.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is very important. There are 3 Go Trim products: a thin, a slim, and a thermonuclear war. Wreak havoc one.
Yeah.
The thin is the one that is the GLP
one, yes. So
That's
you're
the one.
yes, that's this one that I just spoke about.
Right.
The blue.
So is that the only one really we need to use, or like how, like what's the protocol?
So yeah, so I'm gonna say if you want, hold on, only because I was talking about, so you could actually go to, you have a site, everyone here has a site, whether you're a customer of someone who invited you here tonight, you could go to their gotrim.com site and there's
Right.
a weight loss profile.
Oh.
Right. And you'll answer the questions and then it'll customize products for you. But the other thing is you could also take the 60-second quiz. But I'm going to say right now, what I would suggest to people who are looking for weight loss with, it's not instant results. I don't want to mislead anybody. And I don't know how I lost the 4 pounds. I don't know if it was a fluke. I don't know if I don't know. But
I've lost 10 since going on all the products.
look at that.
And I mean, I'm thin. I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I lost 5. I was sick.
Yeah, we were both sick.
After being with Fat Joe in Vegas. I was actually sick with bronchitis and I lost weight. And then I've usually gained it back immediately after I start eating again, right? But I've been eating and I'm still at the below sick weight. So
So right now, everyone that I'm selling this Go Trim Thin to, I'm also selling this. It's under the Prime line. It's called Advanced Digestive Support.
Oh,
we don't have that one.
It's going to enhance the product's functionality.
Cool.
Because in order to have this maximum results, you need good gut health. And so the combination of these two are going to accelerate the results of the Go Trim Thin. Awesome. Now, I will also say to you, not for weight management, but I use the Thermochrome V6.
We have that too, the orange.
Energy. I use that one.
That's why I have all this energy. Okay, so but we also have the colostrum, which is our gut.
Yeah.
And we have the digestive powder. So that's like 3 gut things.
Yeah. The thing is that they all work different if you think about it, right? So the colostrum actually has lion's mane, which no other colostrum product on the marketplace has. If you look at a competitor's colostrum, their colostrum is significantly higher priced than ours. Ours is at a really competitive price, but it has superior products. And so the gut health, the immune support that colostrum gives, right? Because when you think about breast milk for newborns, it's the
that's right.
Immunity. So
Totally
the
forgot about
person that I
Okay.
would say is not a good fit for this colostrum, although when you drink it, it doesn't feel like you're drinking anything with dairy, but anyone who has a dairy allergy should not take colostrum. But ours tastes like yummy green apple. You could have up to 4 servings of it in any given day. You could mix it with a smoothie or a shake, or you could drink it on its own. You cannot mix it with Isotonix though.
Right.
And so it gives cognitive support, but it nourishes the gut. So it does a different gut health function than, let's say, the digestive support from our Prime line. You don't have to worry that you're taking too much gut health support. I drink aloe every day, our ultimate aloe, for lots of different reasons. We know aloe also boosts the immune system. We know that aloe is good for if you speak a lot like me all day and the scratchy throat, but it also has digestive health benefits. And so I take it for the digestive health benefits, as well as I'm always looking for immune health with all the things that I have going on. And it helps with also joint support. So being able to find the cocktail that is right for you sometimes takes time. I will say there are products that I use every day religiously without fail. Now I have a long laundry list of health conditions. If I showed you what I've been diagnosed with, you wouldn't believe that I'm sitting here in front of you, no longer taking any prescription pills. And
wow.
I mean, my life when I first started my business, I could not leave my house for many years. I say the highlight was going from the bathroom to the kitchen to the bedroom. Like that was my life for many, many years. And I was taking a ridiculous amount of prescription medicine. I used to be hospitalized multiple times a year. I had no quality of life when I was invited to that Modus Cosmetics event. And it wasn't I was in business You can think I'm dumb, but I didn't know better. Again, I had never heard of marketamericashop.com. I had never heard, I needed money. I needed money now at that time in my life. And the fact that I could take my love of beauty and make money on the weekends, and it was significant money, was the thing that kind of like, was like, yeah, I'm all in. Just show me what to do. A year and a half later, realizing, and Fat Joe says, don't leave any money on the table. However you can make money legally, go out and make it. And so I did that. I was like, well, I'm going to learn about the health and wellness products so that I can make money with that too. And that's what I did. And about a year and a half into learning about all of the health and wellness products, I went to my doctor and I said to him, are these things going to harm me? And he said to me, because he didn't believe in supplements. And so he said to me, they're not going to harm you, but they're not going to help you either. It's just a waste of money. I said, it's all right. I'm going to take that chance. And so slowly but surely, I went from taking a ridiculous amount of prescription pills to, knock on wood, no more prescription medicine, of feeling better than, in all honesty, I have ever felt in my life, of being able to, I say, be a hope dealer, offer people an opportunity, not just about business, but hope for that there's a better way to achieve optimal health and wellness, and it doesn't depend on traditional prescription medicine. And yeah, there are some things that you need traditional medicine for, but most of them you don't. And if you really look into longevity, you look into optimal health, you look into what biohackers are doing to create, you want to live long, but equally as important, if not more important, you want to live long and live well. You want to be like Paula's 90-year-old customer that is still thriving at that age, and not someone who's in the nursing home at 90 and can't remember what they had for lunch that day. And so the fact that we have access to these products, and I tell people, I'm not cured. If I stopped all of a sudden, and believe me, I'm skeptical. I don't know why. When I probably want to say year 3 into my business, I was like, yeah, it cannot be these vitamins that are like helping me get better. I must have like miraculously gotten better, and I didn't realize it because it was just life happening. So I decided to stop taking them, which was a big mistake for me. And I realized, yeah, no, it was the vitamins helping me. And since that experiment of stopping, I have never stopped again. And to me, it's just priceless. I can't put a price on my health. I can't put a price of being able to help other people achieve optimal health and wellness. And that's just one of the many things we get to do as a franchise owner. I truly believe that when you realize that it's more than just products and money. It's being able to empower people to see what's possible, to see that they're possible, to help them build a mindset of growth, of that you have the ability to change the trajectory of your future and of your life if you take the leap of faith, that if you jump, you're going to land somewhere good, And so to me, I say, you couldn't tell me that the unfranchised business doesn't work. I don't care how little money someone may be making, how long they've been in the business, how long they've been trying to grow or scale or build their business to create income. It works. The best part about the business are the people. And the worst part about the business, and Paula will relate to, are the people. You have to identify people that have that trifecta for success in order to be able to really succeed. You can't want something more for someone than they want it for themselves. You have to have people in your community that see outside the box, that color. I say you color outside the lines, knowing that you're creating a masterpiece and not focused in on that color doesn't go there when you paint by numbers. So that's what I believe we have.
Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Now, all right, guys, have a good night and God bless. Take care,
Thank
everyone.
you, Jessica. Thank you,
Likewise,
Paula, for
thank you.
sharing.
Thank you so much.